Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from Tip Network.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut no food stamps out.
On the 10th day of the government shutdown, the director of the Office of Management and Budget says federal firings are now underway. Russ Vought just tweeted the following one-line sentence. He said the rifts have begun. It's, of course, an acronym that means reduction in force.
Tonight, if you or someone you know is upside down or underwater on your car loan, you're not alone. At least that's based on new numbers from Edmunds, an online resource helping people buy and sell vehicles.
That's why you shouldn't have bought cars overpriced or just buy used cars. It's hardly ever worth it to buy a brand new car, unless you're buying some super Pagani or something.
Experts there say that 1 in 4 vehicle trade-ins carry negative equity.
Now, according to a new Goldman Sachs report, 40% of working Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck. If current trends continue, Goldman Sachs estimates that 55% of Americans will be living paycheck to paycheck by 2033.
I thought it was actually more than that already. But
Another 40% of Americans state that they are not making meaningful progress on saving for retirement, which is completely disastrous.
So they say 2 million is getting cut off this month for the scamps. I'm about to go find out if I'm in that number, in that ratio. It's been day 5 and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold. My cash benefits is not coming no more. They're still pending. It is the taxpayer's job to pay for my kids to eat and for my kids to be taken care of. I have over 2,000 followers on TikTok and I can't get not one person to send me 50 cents.
the whole
If you watch
2,000?
a video
Damn.
and you can't send me nothing, I'll block you.
Nearly 20% of all new vehicle buyers in Q2 of this year committed to monthly payments of $1,000 or more.
Jeez.
New numbers from
Imagine the insurance, especially if you live in California.
experts at Edmunds showing the highest level of car owners upside down on their auto loans in roughly 4 years. That means someone owes more on their loan than their car is currently worth.
Being underwater on a loan is so personally devastating and scary, and it's hard for anyone who comes into that situation.
Abby Vandenberg, who handles HR and marketing at Maple Hill Auto Group, says this current situation can be tied back to dealership decisions during COVID. Vandenberg says during that time, some dealerships were charging over sticker value for vehicles, sometimes by $10,000 to $20,000, automatically putting customers in negative equity situations.
This man said, why every time I meet a woman, she's behind on her bills or she needs help with a bill? If that's something that you're questioning and it's bothering you, upsetting you, that you have to bring it to the internet, you don't need to be meeting women right now. You need
I can somewhat agree with this. Don't meet women out there.
to be focusing on yourself and getting your life together so that that doesn't bother you.
See, it doesn't bother us. It just confuses the hell out of us that you are strong, independent boss babes, don't need no man, but every single one of your bills are behind.
You got paper. You could get almost any shit to do what you wanted to do. When you got paper, the magic of paper, I ain't even got no paper. I ain't got no real paper. You would be amazed at what I get to do for the little nickels and dime. Well, I got nippers out here having right there contact, boy.
If you're poor, don't have kids, okay? If you're struggling, don't have kids. Don't bring more in. If you already have them, that's another situation. If you don't have them, don't bring any in. And if you have 2, don't go having another one. If you have 1, don't go having 2 more.
My sisters, everything you did is finna come back on you because they have people in place government-wise to show you we used you to destroy the village.
Hey, y'all, just come through real quick. Listen, according to news outlets, the federal government has decided to go ahead and fire federal workers who are furloughed. Listen, y'all, do your own research, but this is real. It's happening now. The report just came out.
And the fronting like you rich, the fronting like all this is finna be over. I'm telling you, most of my sisters are broke. It's some who have found a way, and I am so happy they have. But most of my sisters are broke, just like most of my brothers are broke. But the sisters was acting like they not broke, holding up drinks on an island that they got there with a buddy pass and all that. It's no.
Well, Brianna, this marks a significant escalation in the government shutdown fight as President Trump is now making good on his threats for potentially conducting mass layoffs within the federal workforce if this shutdown dragged on.
Asterisk, because while I'm obviously very supportive of our Social Security program, Social Security is not meant to be the end all be all in terms of carrying someone financially after retirement. It's just a small amount of money.
Too many people think that's what it is. It's just, oh, that I can just depend on Social Security and just retire off that. Most people maybe get like $1,200 at most for Social Security. What the hell can you do with $1,200? People need to financially plan for their retirement, put money away, put $300, $500 a month away. I know most people can do it because I go through a lot of people's finances, and it surprises them that, oh, you were eliminated this. Oh, you actually have like $600-700 a month that you can actually save instead of buying all this extravagant, useless things.
That's supposed to help supplement retirement savings. And so put together, 80% of Americans are making little to no progress on their retirement savings. And that's already a problem. It's getting worse. Yep. And according to Goldman Sachs in their report, the cost of retirement has been increasing 4% per year for the last 25 years. So by 2033, the total cost of retirement maybe more than $1.7 million, up from $1.1 million.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for a big...
I talk about it. We talk about it a lot in our office because we really emphasize, financial education. And there's just so many people out there that actually do not know how much they're going to need for retirement. They just think they're going to be able to live off of whatever little money that they save later in life. They don't even start saving when they're young, when you have the power of compound interest on your side when you're young. Just a little bit of savings you save while younger is still going to be worth more than a lot of people when they barely only save for 10 years large amounts, just because money has time to double, triple, quadruple over time.
Dose of reality, especially the ladies of the community. The strong, independent, don't need a man, willing to grow old alone, happily being a cat lady, expressing that they only need a pet because they definitely don't want to be shackled with the responsibilities of a man around the house. Well, guess what, ma'am? You're not going to be able to make it by yourself. $1.7 million just needed in retirement. People are living longer and longer, and that means you need more and more money. And at 4% a year, it's going to be way more than you have planned. And that Social Security ain't even going to be there. So you better shack up and find a way to get along, because that man that you walked by for years, he's going to start looking real attractive, and he's already going to have somebody else, because that's the way the ball bounces, the whistle blows, and the cookie crumbles. Mm-hmm. Because when you're late to the party, you realize something. The early bird already got the worm. Damn.
I got laid off from my corporate job yesterday. And I think that this is the reality for a lot of Americans right now, and it needs to be shared because America is not doing well right now. We have a 94% prediction rate that the recession is going to come, but yet our frickin' administration hasn't even made the move to actually say that a recession is coming.
Here, as I said, the economy is giga-fucked. So let me give you some more. Take a look at this. This is a chart that was in Axios the...
Yeah, that electricity price is screwing me up a little bit. I'm just like, whoa.
Other day, average U.S. electricity price over the years. This, guys, is a disaster. This is devastating. And by the way, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Why? Because we have all these massive AI data centers going up all over the place. Yep. Those take a tremendous amount of energy, and your energy bill is going to skyrocket because of AI.
You need to learn how to make some money for yourself right now, fam. You better learn it now. You keep saying, oh man, you speaking in a high language and I can't. You better get hooked on phonics for trading. We heard Jerome Powell 2 weeks ago say the job market and the price instability is on the lower tiers of the economy. The labor market is sliding. Increased worry about labor market outlook. Watch this. We have, for this quarter coming up, they're expecting 25% less jobs than anticipated. 25% less. I need you to, I want us to understand something, y'all. This real talk, bro. Like, they can talk all that they want about AI is not gonna take jobs. I'm gonna tell you right now, do not be fooled. It's like the weatherman telling you, brace yourself, the storm won't go the other way when you looking at the storm coming right at you. Their job is to keep you from panicking. That's their job. Their job is to keep you from panicking.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, for those who are blind and can't read the tea leaves, 2025 is looking a whole lot like 2008. And it seems like this economy is cooked, flamboyed, gigajacked, absolutely on its way down the toilet, deeper than Atlantis. I mean, let's just really keep it a buck. Layoffs, benefit cuts, inflation. Man, oh man. It seems like the strong, independent, don't need a man attitude has gotten a lot of folks, and I say this very easily, a lot of folks in a whole big old kerfuffle.
So I just realized something. The job market is needed, and I'm going to explain why. I'll say 3 or 4 years ago, you put in a job application, at least five job applications. 3 of those will call you back, do an interview, and 2 of those will offer you a position. Now, in the year of 2025, I'm going to be transparent with you. I'm trying to look for a position that offers more responsibilities, higher pay, right? So within the last 2 to 3 months, I have put in at least 60 job applications. And out of those 60 job applications, I have received 2 callbacks. And out of those 2 callbacks, I have had 2 phone screenings and nothing else. What are the accolades that I have under my belt for?
Unfortunately, they marketed the accolades to you and you fell for it. You fell for the marketing. You fell for the good old 1-2-1-2, the razzle dazzle, the shucky ducky, the look over here, the look over there, the 3-card Monty. See, all these accolades don't mean nothing because if there's not a job for you to get, there's not a job for you to get. Now, we're hoping that you had some savings. We're hoping that you had it all together, but we all understand one thing. You spent a whole lot of time telling black men that you made a lot more money than those black men and that those black men weren't suitable to be head of household. And once again, those black men were not even equally yoked with you as white men. So here we go. You're in a very tough situation. These white men ain't running to marry you, and they're definitely not going to hold you up in a financial downturn, because we're not the only ones who will look you dead in the eyes and ask you the dreaded question of accountability. What do you bring to this table?
Black women and white men are more or so equally yoked in the grander scheme of things. No shade out there. I know y'all probably both like, what the hell? But that's
explain your math.
All right.
Explain your
all right.
math.
Nice
building. Nice building. All right. Beautiful gowns.
Listen,
yeah.
Beautiful gowns is crazy. When you look at where black women fall, at least household wise, head of household, education, leading the education right now, the responsibilities that we have, most of the time, we're a little bit closer to each other in understanding.
I don't begrudge you for what you want. I just ask, can you get it? I don't begrudge you for what you want. I just ask you, can you get it? And that woman came through. I want a white man. The question is, do they want you? I'm gonna tell you something. I have so many white clients who want.
You know, it's funny. Like, black women really like Asian guys too, just because Asian guys are the more stable guys. Because I get a lot of matches when I was, dating and stuff with a lot of black women. Some good-looking black women, and I'd still go out with them here and there, but it's just interesting that black women really like to date outside their race, and they just kind of say, oh, every other man is better than black men. I know a lot of good black men. Like, they make damn good money. They actually, some make more money than me, but they're probably the type of men that you would call lames.
These broadcasts, and a lot of white guys are just pissed. They're like, who do these women think we are? A lot of white guys get pissed when they hear me out. I'm gonna be honest. And they even start making videos. Stop pedestalizing me because I'm white. You even see videos now where white guys are like, what are you? All you got is pussy to bring to the table. And if you want to see something funny, see a woman who turns around and black men and say, I want a white man, and then watch her get checked by a white man. It's just like the Bruce Banner walking away in The Incredible Hulk. Dead ass. They're like,
let's deal with this moving goalpost narrative head on. First, the old story was black women out-earn black men. That lie was pushed for years until the numbers shut it down. In 2024, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that black men earned $1,002 per week, $52,104 annually, and black women earned $922 per week and $47,944 annually. That's an $80 weekly gap in favor of black men, and over a $4,000 gap annually. So let's go ahead and put it to rest. Black women do not out-earn black men. That narrative is finished. So what is the new narrative? Black men don't earn enough money to be considered head of the household.
And they also can't compete in their households because even though currently they are making more than black women, not enough to be considered. The gap in income between a black woman and a black man isn't enough for him to get the label of primary breadwinner. And he also,
like Asian women and Asian men actually make decent close to each other because there's a lot of high achieving Asian women. But I don't think Asian women are out there saying, oh, Asian men don't earn enough. They do say Asian men are a little corny and, lame. I do hear that, though.
also feels like he can't sustain his household because even though he might be making more than his wife, the gap isn't big enough for him to say, I am the primary breadwinner for my family.
You see, ma'am, the bottom line is this. Men always knew that it was going to be hard and that the best thing to do was have a tribe, have a gang, have a fraternity, have a bunch of folks that you could depend on to help you pull you up out of the soup. But I guess that 310,000 layoffs of black women didn't inform you because you were the canary in the coal mine and now everybody's going through it. Government shut down. And guess what the federal government just said? Yep, you've guessed it. Whether legal or not, they don't care. They ain't paying you, and they're starting mass layoffs. And why does that matter? Because the federal government is the largest employer in the United States of America. It's going to get tough out there, and it's best time for you to start cooperating. Find a leader and get under that umbrella. Now,
I mean, there's a lot of corporations and government jobs that are actually quite useless. They're just there to fill roles and, have positions for people. I don't hate on it that they're removing a lot of these positions.
I know a whole lot of ladies out there are going to say that they couldn't find a man and they couldn't find a leader, but that leader was walking right past you. Now that leader's paired up with somebody else, and you find yourself leaderless, rudderless, despaired, and hopeless. Well, miss, there is hope out there, but you're just going to have to get one thing in your mind. What you thought you deserved, you didn't. Because if you deserved it, you would have had it. You dig?
Nobody deserves anything, like I always say. Everybody thinks they deserve. No, you must earn. Again, earn everything through your life because no one's giving you shit.
But let me ask you, what is considered enough? Enough compared to who? Nobody ever defines that. Black men earn more than Hispanic men, yet Hispanic men marry at higher rates. If income was a deciding factor, Hispanic men would be the least married, but they're not. Census data shows that black men outperform black women in 9 of the 12 categories tied to marriage readiness. Less student loan debt, fewer single parents, higher median earnings, more 100K earners, lower obesity rates, more business owners.
I think the obesity rate is probably the biggest.
And higher marriage rates. That's not enough. That's stronger positioning.
You act like Brad ain't our friend. Brad's like, I want to deal with that for. Keith ain't good enough for you, but I'm supposed to be better. Keith make more, and I get my advice from Keith. Keith is my dude. You ain't gonna split men up like that, acting like, white man is better. You're just up.
Yeah.
And let's talk about this 50-50 nonsense that we've been going through the last few years, talking about how, oh, you don't do 50-50. A man who does 50-50 ain't the type of man for you. Now we see ladies popping up all over social media talking about 50-50 is cool. But unfortunately, the dudes who wanted to go 50-50 found somebody else to go 50-50 with. And if they're a different race from the sisters, the first thing they're going to say is, how the hell, every time one of you black dudes make it, you go run and get you a white girl, Latina or Asian woman. Well, ma'am, here's the bottom line. When he was building himself, that woman wanted to build with him, work with him, help pay 50-50 with him. And now that he can pay 100%, she's going to live a good life with him. Because that's the way it works. If you don't get with the program, then you find yourself without him. And him is what you need right now. You dig?
I could not be a man dating in 2025. You said you only date men that pay all your bills. I gotta go half with you on the rent to take you on a date. You don't cook. Oh, you can't cook. You need $1,000. You need me to pay for your BBL. Your homegirl said my chain fake. Your homegirl lived with her mama.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is just foreshadowing. It's not going to get easier. You got all types of financial roadblocks popping up, and the best thing to do is stop this petty squabbling. Ladies, you're going to have to swallow your pride and realize that that guy that you thought you were too good for, you're not too good for him, because guess what? That hard-working man still swinging that hammer, and he got that money without that educational loan, meaning that he probably has a damn savings. So if it's not for cooperation, you better get right for self-preservation. Because one thing is for certain, we all know the truth. Hear it coming. Cold winter is coming. And we ain't talking about that Game of Thrones. We're talking about that game of layoffs, bull markets, repossessions, and black rain. You dig?
Here as though our economy is doing really, really well. And if you look at those metrics, it does look like the economy is doing well. But those metrics mostly have to do with how the haves, not the have-nots, are doing well.
I'm going to say this, and I hope sometimes we got to give each other tough love. You a damn fool if you won't see this coming straight for you. We listen to the Federal Reserve Chairman. We listen to him say, we think we have a strong economy. The economy is pretty strong, but we are seeing pressure on the lower income tier, which is the black and brown tier, and the college student tier when it comes to job. Well, fam, they got more poor people than rich people in the world. So how the hell is the economy strong if the lower portion of the economy is feeling the pressure?
Winter is here.
Thank you for watching.
That's the thing, right? The person that feels the squeeze the most is women. The strong, independent women don't need no man when the economy's going down, when jobs are getting laid off, because most men can do most jobs, right? Women can still only do the few jobs that are available to women that they have the capabilities of doing. And to tell the truth, most of those jobs are the very AI-centric jobs that can easily be replaced by AI. Men are a lot safer, and men have usually more savings, usually more assets, because we also plan for the future. We plan ahead. Most of us actually plan for a family, where women plan to just spend money. This is why they're in the predicament that they're in. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.